The team consisted of Jesse Natale, Matt Elam, and myself, Scott Mortensen. We were commissioned by the international nonprofit group Intensive Heart Ventures to travel to Thailand and evaluate an orphanage they supported there called the House of Miracles. Now, Thai culture is deep and friendly, but it took us a few days for the culture shock and our own ethnocentrism to fade. Our first mission was to assess the need. Specifically, what was the current condition of youth in Thailand? Were basic needs being met, like food, shelter, and education? Was there freedom from oppression, opportunity for growth, and community support? So we hit the city dead on. There was no shortage of brothels, bars, or massage parlors, or young boys and girls to fill them up with. And from Pattaya Beach to Bangkok, we quickly found that our cameras were not welcome. So we concealed them. 400 US?
Yeah.
To have sex with a 12-year-old?
I have input room.
What about businessmen that come here? Do they go for like little boys? They do, huh? Isn't that sick?
Let's go, look.
It took me a while to figure out why this young man was smiling. US and European dollars keep him alive, keep him fed, provide him with a decent wage and a roof over his head. Even if it means working as a prostitute and dressing up as a woman every night the tourists are in town.
Young girl, $400.
$400, how young?
14. Young girl, $400.
$400, how young?
14.
$400, how young?
14.
She was 14, but ended up only costing $20 US. And she told me her name was Pam. It was quite an experience having a 14-year-old prostitute in my hotel room. I gave her some medicine for a cold, talked to her about her family. In Bangkok.
Papa, Mama,
And then I read with her from a Thai English Bible I found next to a Durex wrapper in the nightstand drawer. You can go now. That's all. Finished. I just wanted to talk. Crazy, huh? Crazy Americans. I'm 100% positive that Pam does not enjoy her life as a prostitute. After the cities, it was off to the Golden Triangle in northern Thailand, the largest exporter of opium in the world. This is Pino and Tony. Tony speaks Thai and English, so he's going to help us out with some questions. With our translator and guide, we visited a tiny village that is typical of this region. Many of the people here are too poor to afford doctors. Bronchitis, strep throat, hepatitis are often treated with opium, as it is a powerful barbiturate. When the treatment turns to addiction like it has for these two parents, the fate of the family becomes quite uncertain. For instance, I'm not sure what will ever happen to this young boy. Our second mission was back at the orphanage. This is Boone. We were supposed to determine the good, find out how efficiently the orphanage was using their funds, and how were these children recovering from the abuses of their former lives. We found that each of these faces has a story. One has a father who stepped on a landmine. Another has a father who was killed in a drug war. Some have sisters who were sold by the village chief into prostitution. Now they have schooling, food, clothing, and a family unlike one they've ever had. Some make it to technical schools, others learn a trade, and the remainder hope for adoption.
And I will praise you, Lord, and I will sing of love come down. will see your glory here. Lord, you have my heart, and I will search for yours. Jesus, take my life and lead me on. Lord, you have my heart,
He's a smart little boy.
and I will search for yours. Let me be to you a sacrifice, and I will praise you, Lord.
Though she walks with a limp in her left leg, there's nothing physically wrong with this girl. Except her best friend at the orphanage has cerebral palsy, and she imitates her in every way. The orphanage was a place of peace and refuge, but quickly I had flashbacks to all the children who still worked on the streets. Ron Miller is the director of the House of Miracles. Currently, he's trying to accomplish his goal of building a bigger facility on a neighboring plot of land, one that could house more children. It's my recommendation that Intensive Heart Ventures helps him find the funds to accomplish this goal, because the need is great, and so is the good. I found that these smiling faces stem from truly beautiful cores, children made complete inside and out. And though I searched for the residue of their turbulent pasts, I could find nothing. One father, for instance, sold his children to Ron for $2 apiece because he needed the money and the time for his opium addiction and refused to care for them any longer. So it follows that for these orphans, some amount of bitterness or rejection or even hatred is warranted. But somehow, without exception, they seem to have been healed from the psychological scars of their past. And I don't understand how this is possible. My only explanation is that it truly is a house of miracles.